oobly ooh, oobly 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 ooh, ooh. Hi, babies. Hi. What's up? Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back. Let's make sure all this is okay. All right, we are back. We are here. We are streaming. Welcome, welcome to this EdibleSpirit Live. Hi, Ryan. Oh my God, my cousin's here. Hi, Jerry. Hi, everyone. Hi, cousin. I'm so glad all of you guys are here. We are, apologies to all of you who tuned in to the New Moon Zoom the other day, watching it on YouTube. This is our makeup. We're back. Hey, everyone. Okay, so this being we're calling this the New Moon Readings and Astro Check-in, okay? We're reminding you that the new moon is new tonight at 10:41. It is a new moon in Leo, thus the shimmering golden orange, the red, the lips. Leo is a sign that can tend to be just innocently and unabashedly in love and obsessed with everyone and everything. Just very pure-hearted. Hold on, let me just turn this fan off. Let's make sure everybody can hear me. Yeah, we're all good. So yeah, basically, we have been gathering together to do these new moon Zooms every couple weeks. It seems like they're landing on Sundays. We had some technical difficulties this Sunday, but never fear, all of the content is still floating around the verse. New moon's not until tonight. If you're watching on Instagram or on YouTube, go to IGTV if you haven't already when this is done, because we have the EdibleSpirit foodie scopes for the new moon. Remembering everybody that the most basic new moon vibration is the 2-week window, 28 days for the moon to make, what's it called? For the moon to make a full orbit, right? Lunar month. Basically the new moon is when we go from dark to the full moon, which is the fullest. And then we go back from the new moon to the dark moon. I'm sorry, we go back from the full moon to the new moon, which is the dark moon. And new moon is when the sun and the moon are conjunct in the same place in the sky. And it's a great time to set intentions, start new things, create patterns. I'm pretty sure like certain things you're only supposed to plant during new moons as well. All sorts of stuff happens during a new moon. The weird thing about this new moon, let me actually just give you that astrology. This was the write-up that we shared with you guys the other night, okay? So this feels like a new moon of too much information, high stakes, tightly wound, and yet there is something harmonious and sustainable unfolding within it. The new moon in Leo is an opportunity to connect once more with the most raw, unbridled, zero fucks given energy in your heart. Leo rules the heart. Time to be brave, courage, to connect with what feels fun, with what feels true, with what feels sincere, and to really express yourself, to connect with whatever feels like you and express that responsibly and safely and carefully, and of course. Doing this now is especially important before the sun moves into fastidious, practical, methodical, grounded Virgo on August 22nd. Okay, so it's like we get this weird dosage. Hi, everyone. We get this weird infusion of really fun, childish, innocent. On the New Moon Zoom the other day, we talked about the inner child so much with our incredible guest, Hale Appleman, who was just amazing. But the we talked so much about the inner child and what it means to have whomever you are today, honoring that part of you from then, right? Which is still with you, inside of you. Someone once said to me, as the most precious, most lovable, most adorable, most perfect, most gorgeous, most innocently wonderful self, right? They're still there. They never leave us. Sometimes they're a little bit separate from us. Virgo is much more methodical, taskmaster, as opposed to Capricorn, which is like grandfather, paternal energy. Virgo is more, it's like grain goddess energy. It's not exactly maternal, which is Cancer, but Virgo represents the Vestal virgins, right? The women, the virgins, who denied themselves things in order to be perfect channels for the gods and goddesses, and did all sorts of pain in the butt rituals constantly all the time in order to keep those gods happy, or to literally tend the flame of divinity within their culture and therefore within our hearts. So the idea, though, is that Virgo is much more serious, has to get lots of stuff done. It's an earth sign. A Virgo season is a time to create systems. It's like a time to think really hard about what you're going to do in order to make fruit drop from whatever trees you've been working with. Oh, good. Allison says that they just came from an inner child session. It's so good. So it's in the air. It's out there, right? So the idea is that you want to connect to the rawness of your Leo before we get into the seriousness of the Virgo. So connect to the rawness of the Leo now, because then you get a download of the standard of the heart of what's true for you, so that you can then spend Virgo season, about a month, tending to that flame, right? And creating systems and being practical to make things happen, to literally manifest things that your heart doesn't just desire, but that is like beating in your heart. It's more intense. It's more intense than just wanting. It's like needing, or it's like, like when a kid wants something and they're just like, give it to me. Yeah. And then Virgo comes along and is like, okay, how are we going to get this child everything that it needs before it like crashes for the night and like needs a nap and has to go down? It's like taskmaster, problem solver. Okay. The main question at the time of this new moon, 10:41 tonight, is how does what you want, represented by Mars and Aries, interface with the raucously unstable societal structures that are all too familiar yet crumbling before our very eyes, represented by Pluto and Capricorn. So there's a Mars-Pluto square in the sky. That's the T. That's what's up. Mars in Aries, self. Pluto was self and desires and war and violence and sex and then Pluto and Capricorn, transformation, evolution in society. And a square is a very tense aspect, and this new moon is pumping energy into and sucking energy out of this really intense square that's happening in the sky, okay? So the main question at the time of this new moon is, how does what you want interface with the raucously unstable societal structures that are all too familiar, yet crumbling before our very eyes? Pluto is also conjunct Saturn, which has a focusing effect, whether you want it to or not. So it's like whatever you want to do, whatever you want to hunt and fight and kill or fuck, is colliding directly with the destruction of society as we know it, okay? And the lessons that we need to learn from that destruction process are coming up during this new moon cycle. Example, to bring it down to a little bit of reality, I had to drive a bunch the last couple of days. I'm trying to connect to this leonine energy in my heart, and today was just a rough day. There was a lot of anxiety. There was nervousness. I'm going to have to move again soon because I've been nomadic for a really long time. And I just felt the Virgoan energy coming in such a heavy way. And I've been kind of keeping it at bay, going, okay, you know what? It's not actually an ideal time to figure everything out right now. There's too much raw energy and passion and information. And so I had to listen to my heart and say, what do I need to do? So I got into my body a little bit. I did a couple, not work things, but just like organizational things that I felt like would make me feel freer. So again, still just trying to honor that, oh, what's in my Leo heart? What's in my Leo heart right now is 100,000,000% goddess pussy juice flow, right? All I want is to receive and to flow and to channel and to ultimately do my service, to be here for you guys. It's like there were moments where my worldview was making me feel very heavy today, how I was looking at things. And then every time I remembered that we had this thing coming up tonight, I didn't want to write the posts about it, but I was excited to do it. Okay. So it's this tension between what's beating in your heart and then what you actually have to do to accomplish that stuff. The trick to the next week or so is actually, until we get to the 22nd, is actually to just try to connect with the flavor of what's beating in your heart. Who are you really, aside from your work and your relationships and all of the shit that's going on and going wrong in the world? Who are you really? Can you check in with that aspect of yourself and see what they need, what they want, what they're feeling, what they're going for, and just let them speak. Let yourself speak. Be honest with yourself, right? Leo heart can't lie. It's like a roar and oral diarrhea at the same time. I'm so sincere, I can't help myself, right? So listen to yourself. And like I said, we're doing the Edible Spirit foodie scopes every couple weeks for right now, just as we get the hang of it. They're all up on IGTV right now, and they include if you were a snack, you'd be. That's why they're foodie scopes, okay? So the foodie scopes are giving you deeper stuff to work with in terms of you and your sign and what you're going through and what this moment is like for you. But the big picture, last little bit here, think of this new moon as the blazing, passionate, unabashed truth within you. Sun conjunct moon in Leo. That's the new moon in Leo. This truth is feeding the flames of your desire, Mars and Aries, and it's going to get hot and it's going to keep getting hotter because you are likely already feeling your truth burning in you right now. What's real for you, what you want. And thanks to Mars square Pluto, the heat keeps building and building and building because skins are being shed in the world and in society constantly, no matter what you believe, no matter what side you're on, no matter how you want things to go in November, no matter where you're at with coronavirus, whether you're perched in an eyrie somewhere, gloriously safe, or on the motherfucking front lines, thank you if that's you. You can't escape it. And you can't escape wanting what your heart wants, right? And so this is this great opportunity to really just listen. We're at the 18th, 4 days of listening to what your heart is telling you, how it's beating, what's blazing inside of you before you go about figuring out how to make it all happen, okay? Recognize that's weird, but honeys, it's in the stars. It's in the stars. It's in the stars. Okay, let's see. Shall we do there's Robert and Kiki. Hi, everyone. Hi, my angels. I love you guys so much. Okay. Sue, listen to theirs. Let's see. Is there anything else to share? Yeah, no, just the little blurb before we get into readings for you guys is just to like, share, follow, please. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Instagram, check out your new, there's all 12 signs, and you can watch your regular sun sign, and you can also watch your rising sign with those foodie scopes. Just stay tuned, because literally, and really, truly, today could have gotten really hairy, but I knew I was coming to be with you all. And when you connect to what, this is very Edible Spirit too. This is very hardcore Edible Spirit. When you connect to what your Leo heart is roaring and what it's blazing, being responsible for that is great. But Virgo is also the sign of service, right? And there's a theory that we have over here with Edible Spirit. Oh, so much anxiety, right? There's a theory that we have with Edible Spirit, which is, why would you try to fight for the cause or the movement in a way which is inauthentic to you? why we believe that spiritual practice that doesn't lead to social justice is not spiritual practice. It's a lifestyle choice, right? Spiritual practice must lead to social change. Otherwise, you're walking a walk and drinking a juice, and you're not talking a talk or taking decisive action. That's become pretty clear in the last few months, right? So, but it doesn't have to be fucking boring. If you listen to your Leo heart and what your Leo heart is telling you it needs or it wants or it loves, or really your Leo heart will tell you on a higher level what's a boner killer, what is not turning you on, what is not exciting, right? Try to serve in a way that is not authentic to your heart, not going to make it very long. That's why, we try so many different forms at Edible Spirit, because we have a Sagittarius moon, we get fidgety, we get itchy, we need new things. But I always thought I was a jack of all trades, master of none. But the truth is, when you connect to what's in your heart, Spirit gives you energy, and P.S., your psychic powers start to wake up. I've seen this with just about every client I've ever worked with, especially those that I've worked with a long time. Y'all know, if you know, there's a linkage between what your Leo heart wants, it's telling you who you are, and how you commit that stuff in service. So you're going to see a lot of that in the foodie scopes this week too. It's like, once you check in with where you're at, it's not just what are you going to do about it to manifest your dream job or to manifest your house or to manifest whatever. It's to manifest a better motherfucking world for all of us. Selfless service. Your heart guides you towards selfless service. And if you listen and you take actions based on selfless service, based on what your Leo heart is telling you, taking selfless service-based actions a la Virgo, your psychic powers open up. We used to pussyfoot around the ship, but don't have time for that anymore. Don't have time for that anymore. P.S., and I've been saying this to a lot of people too, we don't have time for your insecurity. We don't, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. If you feel insecure, if you feel anxious, if you feel anything that's shaking you from your center, it just means you need a little more self-care. It just means you got to take care of something better. It just means you got to pay attention to love on something. Listen to yourself a little more. Ask yourself, what is out of alignment? What is making my hair fall out? What is making me feel crazy? What is doing that? And work on that. Commit yourself to that. There's one of the scopes, I think it might even be the Leo scope, where it's like, ask yourself what's getting in the way of your fun, right? So if you want to be going to an indoor dining restaurant, or if you want to be French kissing God knows who in the meat rack in the Fire Island Pines, like, we're good, girl. That's fine. Don't do it now, but recognize that your heart's telling you what it wants, and now you know what to serve. If you really need to get out there and get in there, all my DJ friends, all my club kid friends, it's like, if you really want that, don't sit and fret and moan. Listen to your Leo heart being like, I need to dance, right? And then fucking do something about it. Might not be glamorous, right? Virgo's a little boring sometimes. Might be pounding the pavement, getting people to vote, getting people registered to vote, like, hint, hint. Why not just do that? That's a perfectly wonderful service. Get people registered, get people voting. It's good for everything that ails you, okay? But the theory here is like, there's this weird tension between the Pluto and Capricorn chaos of society and what Mars and Aries are urges and desires. And the linkage point here is Moon and Sun in Leo, feeding us with a flavor of our truth that hopefully we remember from these next 4 days or so, and just try to kind of focus on that for the next couple weeks, if not a month or so, okay? Someone on here is saying too, on the YouTube is saying, can we not listen to our moon sign? You can totally listen to your moon sign. I always have a little trouble with the moon sign because the moon sign for me is the hardest for me to connect to, excuse me. It's almost, and I'm a Scorpio too, so I like to keep my secrets. So I don't like someone telling me about my inner life. I'm like, I'm fine with my inner life. Like, tell me about what I'm presenting and where my power comes from, and we're good. But don't talk to me about my inner life. Thank you. But P.S., when I get read, I love to get read. It feels great. Okay. Now we're here for you. We have some exciting things. We have one of these lovely, nicely derivative tarot decks, which is the Tarot Mucha. That's available. We have not studied this, but you don't really need to study this fucking deck. The Sacred Symbols Oracle deck by the Queen Marcella Kroll. Oh my God, it's so exciting. So we've got these decks up here for you. Does anyone have Astro questions about anything we just talked about? Or are you ready to, oh, Ichigo Tofu says, I feel like my moon sign is taking over my sun sign right now, LOL. It's a very good thing. There's a school of astrology called esoteric astrology, which says that the moon is the prison of the soul, right? And that's all the moon tries to do, is take over your sun sign and ruin your life and make you see things through the veil of lunacy, as opposed to in the blazing light of the truth of the sun. So questions. Who wants a reading? You guys, you're very welcome to join on IG Live. You can request if you want to. See if you want to actually have a conversation, but otherwise you can just send me questions in the comments. I'm looking. Okay, Lex wants a reading. Oh, first, hi King Elliot's asking, what if you don't relate to your sun sign? If you don't relate to your sun sign, what do you relate to, Elliot? What do you relate to? What do you relate to that's not your sun sign? Let me know about that and I'll get to you. Okay, we're going to check in with Lexington. Okay, Lexington. Let's see. Wait, who's coming up on YouTube too? Lexington. Nobody's asking for a reading on YouTube. Okay, great. So we're going to ask, we're going to get Lex. We're going to get Jerry. We're going to get Elliot. And we're gonna get Jessica. Okay, so hold off for a second on questions. Let's get through some of you guys and we'll see what's what. Okay, and no one has questions. We got Winona. Okay, no one has questions. No one has any questions. That's quiche. That's fine. I was gonna and no one wants to come through. Okay, great. Well, okay, let's see. Somebody a poet. I have. Okay. Relate to Capricorn or something. Oh, so your birth was picked. So your labor was induced, Elliot? Your birth was picked? If your birth was picked, hon, it's a particularly specific moment. I want to find out about the answer to this question, but let's see. We're going to go to, where are we going to first? Okay, so we're going to Lex first. Lexington. Kiki's got that Scorpio sun and stellium here. Same, Kiki. I feel like we talked about this before. I feel like we talked about this once before. Oh, I don't know why, Lex, but you're getting a read from this new Marcella Kroll deck, from the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. Okay, as with so many of us, where are you? Letting go of what to embrace. Okay, so this is intense. This is for you, Lexington. You've got home as your main card. Home is your main card. That's in the center here, as with so many of us. Grateful for a home, grateful to be safe, challenges with home, finding security. I wonder what, oh, and then also it's saying that what you're letting go of is good fortune. So that's a bummer. But it's okay, because what you're coming towards is this card, which says veiled, right? This has to do with trust. It has to do with mystery. It has to do with not knowing. So the way we're interpreting this is you've got security right now. Hang on to the security. This is probably not a great time to take large risks or to do anything super crazy. Let me just see, Sammy. And then Symphony, Ichigo, Symphony. Okay, let's see, Pisces Sunshine. I can't really do a full astrology reading for you, Daphne. Had to do surgery because my fetal ass ruptured my birther's appendix. Fierce. I totally understand that. I was also, I was a C-section. So I'm going to finish answering Elliot and then I'm going to come right back to this just to tell you, you got to make peace with the birth time, my love. You got to make peace with it because, okay, so we're going to hold off on readings. This will probably take us to the end, but stay around if I already called your name. Yeah, you got to make peace with that birth sign, Elliot, and look into it. I don't know. I feel like you're going to want to study your moon sign more because it feels to me like you might, exactly as we just described, you might only be seeing the world through the moon sign and the prison of the moon sign, as opposed to breaking through that prison and emerging into an awareness of yourself as the sun sign that you are. But evolution happens in its own time, so don't stress about it. But I would just say don't run from the sun sign. It would be different if you didn't know what your birth time was, maybe a little more subjective, but in this case, hang on to it, make peace with it. Hi, my sweet Gary. Oh, yo. He's booked out for a bajillion years, but if you all on the Instagram are seeing Gary right now, that reading that I got from Gary back in November just gave me life. I'm so alive from that. So thank you, my dear Gary. Ooh, someone's requesting to come on. I'm going to come to you in a minute. I got a bunch of people to get through. So we're coming back to you, Lex. So the theory here is you're entering into this period of veiledom where you've got a home, but you can't see what you need to see in order to do what you need to do. So that's why I was saying to you, you got to hold on to what you've got, budget yourself. And that doesn't just mean money, it means time, energy, and money. Streamline your practice, streamline your day-to-day to the best of your ability, small movements. And I feel like for you, Lex, the reason why this is happening is to make small movements because it feels like your inner child doesn't want to be shaken up too much. So it's like you hear me roaring over here about Leo, but I feel like your inner child wants to be spoken to very quietly and very calmly and wants to know in like a very stable way, I hear you, I'm honoring you, we're going to get you what you need, but now is not actually the moment to go throwing our weight around. Now is the moment to quiet down and listen to what it is that you need so that we can take the next month and 4 days, right, of the next 4 days, but then also Virgo season, to make small, calculated, gentle moves without disturbing too much. Long story short, it's working with what you've got, not working with what you don't got, because the good fortune card is in the past. It doesn't mean your good fortune's over. It just means don't count on it right now, okay? Thank you, Lex. Yes, Jessica, we can do energy readings. We'll see. I'll come to you. Stick around and I'll talk to you when I get to you, okay? Lexington says, makes perfect sense. We love that. We love a confirmation. Hi, all you YouTubies. I'm so sorry if you guys tried to tune in the other day and missed it. No, you did not miss the readings, Angel. We got a little bit of a backlog, but we're on it for a minute. Okay, so nobody wants a reading on YouTube? Nobody. That's okay. You don't have to, but if you do, let me know down there. Okay, now we're going to Jerry. Okay, Jerry. Okay, Jerry. Oh, Jerry. Oh, Jerry. Oh, Jerry. But Jerry don't have a question, right? No questions. Jerry. Ooh, Miss Jerry. Ooh, Miss Jerry. Okay. Put it to you this way. The King of Swords reversed. Jerry, if you're still there, you better wave, okay? Stick around, KH. Only if I have room. You bet. We'll see if we get there by the end. I'm going to start zooming. Okay, Miss Jerry. if you're still around, you've got the King of Swords reversed. All your cards are reversed. Death reversed, King of Swords reversed, Four of Swords reversed. This tells me that you're not processing something. King of Swords is all about wisdom, seeing clearly, and maybe even like asserting themselves, even if they don't see clearly, using what they know in order to act very boldly and decisively and even despotically, right? Even like a bit of an imperialist. The thing you got to do here, Jerry, is recognize just that you need some more information. Literally, you're not playing with a full deck. Why? Because you haven't processed what's ended. The death card reversed is almost like a resistance to grieving, a resistance to accepting death, so therefore a resistance to grieving death. So it's like you haven't quite, oh, no, we can't do this. No. Hold on, y'all. Oh, please. Okay, we're back. So it's like the death card reversed is telling you that something's over and you haven't quite processed the finality of what's over. And because you haven't processed the finality of what's over, you don't have all the information. That's where your full deck is, right? Your full deck comes from honoring what's gone, honoring what's dead, honoring what's over, right? So KH. And what this says is it says, you know, if you don't process what's happened in the past and what's dead and what's gone and what's over, then you're not going to be able to find peace in the present. It's going to literally keep you up at night. You know, you're not going to be able to feel rested. You're not going to be able to sleep, kind of, right? So, you know, you want to make sure that you want to make sure that you look at what's gone. A lot of people are in denial of a lot of things that are done. You hear this a lot with people that are like, I just want to go back to normal. Like normal was killing us. Normal was killing Black and brown people. Normal was not killing me. Normal was stressing me the fuck out. Normal was giving me all sorts of inflammations, all sorts of itises. But normal is not normal, at least not in America, maybe not anywhere. But this is saying, be brutal with what's over. Be brutal about what's gone. And then you will have the information that you need in order to honor your Leo heart. So if your Leo heart is grieving, you know, you got to honor what's dead so that you then feel good about honoring what's alive within you. And honoring what's alive within you and what's dead behind you will make it possible for you to find some tranquility, some peace, okay? Thank you for saying that, Symphony of a Poet. Oof, I feel that. It happens a lot when we do these wild Aquarian digital astro spiritual psycho yumminess connections that readings for other people will resonate for you. They resonate for me as well. I just try not to talk about myself too much while we're doing this. So that's your read, dear Jerry. Let's see. Okay, we're going to talk to High King Elliot for just a moment. What's Elliot getting? High King Elliot is getting. Yeah, we're going to use these same tarot cards because they're very royal, honey. They're very I think like sort of Art Nouveau Italian style. Wow. You know, we keep it light, we keep it optimistic around here, but just want to acknowledge that, you know, when everything else is taken away from you, your spirit's all you've got left. So at this moment of Pluto and Capricorn decimating our entire globe, just know that who you are, how you feel, your overall vibration, it really matters more than you think, right? I had an interesting conversation with someone the other day who was kind of aggressively like, your vibe creates your reality. And it's like, true that your vibe creates your reality, But that also means that if you're like aggressively seeking only what you want to look at and not looking at anything else, your vibe will create that reality too. So we encourage you to cultivate a tranquil, holistic, balanced vibe so that you can listen and take into account yourself and what you need, and then be responsible with how that need collides with the rest of the world. So all of this is to say, my dear High King Elliot, is that there's not money raining from the sky, right? Oh no, we don't like that super laggy connection. Okay, wait, hold on. I know what we can do to fix it. I know what we can do to fix it. Boom. Let's see. Is this any better? Let's see. Ooh, better. Telling you guys, I'll show you. Wait, I'll show you. YouTube, Instagram's telling me the connection is the worst. So hold on. I think it might be better now. But I just want you to see. No, I believe it, you guys. I'm in this beautiful part of the woods, but it means it makes for a very laggy connection. Still. Better. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Apologies to you, my YouTube queens. We had an Insta moment. Taro Mucha, thank you for shouting that out. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, I see it being laggy on the YouTube. Okay. We're definitely moving. We're definitely moving to a new space with better Wi-Fi. Okay, that's part of what this Leo heart needs right now is a space and a home that's a little more stable and permanent with better Wi-Fi so that I can keep connecting with you all. Okay, so now we're back to Elliot. Okay, my dear Elliot, the third card for you is the Nine of Swords, and this is what to embrace versus this one, which is what to let go of. What to let go of is the Knight of Swords reversed. So the Knight of Swords reversed in your case is saying you got to let go of this idea that you don't know anything, you can't see anything, you can't do anything. Just feels like you identify as much less of a problem solver than you actually are. I would strongly encourage you to just craft even a mildly better assessment of yourself and your capability and what you think and what you see and your perspective and your worldview. I'd love to know, High King Elliot, what's your sun sign? If you don't mind, let me know. But this says that, there's not, the 10 of coins is a card of wealth and, stability and just beyond security, abundance, right? And it's not raining money from the heaven. That's the first thing that I said to you. And what this says is that you want to embrace the almost like your worst fears right now. You want to embrace a kind of you want to embrace a rock bottom along with embracing your capability, as opposed to thinking that you're incapable and sort of painting over the world with rose-colored glasses and wanting things to be better and wanting everything to turn out all right. Like, of course, we want you to be that optimistic and idealistic. But what this is saying is it's saying, again, like the last read we had, you don't want to make moves right now like you got all of the abundance not all the abundance, all the money in the world. You don't want to make moves like you have unlimited resources, right? In terms of physical resources. You do want to make moves as though you have unlimited mental resources, unlimited energy in potential, literally knowing that you can accomplish anything. So why would you pretend that things are better than they are? Because then you're only going to end up coming up with solutions to like 20% of a problem, as opposed to recognizing what's fucking broken, how it's ruining your day, and that you're going to have to be very creative about what to do about that, right? Adaptation, resilience, okay? So then, yeah, and that's the final thing, which just says you want to lean into your worst fears so that you feel like you're at least dealing with them as opposed to avoiding them, Okay. All right, my love, that's you. Hi, King Elliot. Thank you so much for your, well, I guess you didn't have a question. Oh, we're at Jessica now. So Jessica asked if we could do an energy reading to identify blockages, and we very much can do that. Just take a deep breath in your nose, Jessica, and hold it for a moment, and then let it out your mouth. Ooh, girl. Rebellion. And so everything in you is all around the shoulders, tightness around the shoulders. Elliot says it's so very real. Thank you, kind one, for that feedback. Jessica, there's, okay, so we're talking about shoulders, we're talking about intestines. And we're talking about a very particular portion of the digestive system, which is responsible for forcibly ejecting the contents of the bum. Okay, so the way I first started doing work was to connect with the body and the aura and a combination of reading and healing. I still use this. This is what eventually became Aura Picks. But for your sake now, we just sort of call up what we see as the obstructions and then, you know, go from there. So in your case, dear Jessica, it feels like you really want to take some responsibility off your shoulders, like you want to unburden yourself, like you don't want to be so weighted down. But the thing here is that where I'm feeling this in the intestines, it's the small intestine, so it's about energetic absorption. Again, this is, there's something you're not picking up. Not picking up and integrating, not picking up, not integrating. And I would say that this has to do with needing to eject people, places, and things from your life forcibly because they stink like shit, okay? So ask yourself and ask your inner heart, because sometimes the head will lie and say, oh, this isn't that bad, I can put up with this. Ask your heart, what's stinky in my environment and what is ready to be disposed of? That's one of the horoscopes this week, was suggesting that you look inside of the cavern of your heart and treat it like a refrigerator and throw everything out that's gone past its expiration date. What does that mean, you guys, practically? It means allow yourself to care about what you care about, right? That's the heart. And then do what you got to do in order to pay your bills and do your service. But ultimately, like, what it means is not thinking about what you have or don't have. What it means is not thinking about how this is all going to turn out, right? Or trying to figure out how this is all going to turn out. In that respect, keep your vibration high, right? Stay nice and light and hopeful. But you're not getting a message, Jessica, about toxicity in your life. And it's almost like you want to figure out what smells like sour milk, and it might be more than one thing, but it's all going to smell the same kind of way, and then eject it, either through ritual or through actual breakup calls, you know, boundary setting, clarity. Oh, let's see. Spirit wants a card from Marcella's deck. Full moon, wonderful. So that's a great example of full moon practice. So you want to spend the next 4 days of Leo and then, you know, the beginning of Virgo season, really working with who you are minus stuff, people, places, and things that smell and that need to be ejected from your existence. And it's time to integrate that information so that you can move into the next 2 weeks or so practicing that, so that by the time you get to the full moon, that's when you make a declaration to the universe. Full moon's a great time for letting stuff go. So you want to, hi Jessica, so you want to get to the full moon, and that's when you would know, this is what I'm letting out of my life symbolically. This is what I'm ejecting from my life symbolically, never to be seen from again, clearing it once and for all, you know, on all planes, in all dimensions, on all timelines, beyond infinite infinitives. Okay, bless you, bless you, bless you. Let's check in on YouTube for a minute. Taro Mucha. Okay. Oh, Miss Jody. Miss Jody says she has too many questions, but I'm giving her a surprise. Ooh, Jody. Your card is Divine Masculine, so you don't have too many questions. Just pick a hole and stick something in it, right? Go for it. Get what you want. Own it, right? Fight for it. Be brave, okay? Courage, right? That's the divine yang masculine side of expression. Yes, Miss Jessica, that worked for you. Jessica says, wow, wow, wow. Okay, we like that. Thank y'all. Winona. I mean, you might be Winona, but I don't care. I'm going to call you Winona tonight because I love you. And because as much as I loved Winona Ryder back in the day, I never stopped loving Winona Judd. Oh, God, is that going to get me canceled somehow? Did she do anything fucked up? Intense, but thanks for some direction here. Yes, Miss Bad Jessica. I'm sorry, that was intense. It's Leo season. She's extra tonight. Hi, Greta. Hi. Oh my God, I love Greta. Greta's coming in, I presume, from the West Coast, but sending so much love. Okay, so Sue, Jody got her card. Yes, so we're about 12, 13 minutes. I'm going to try to run through these a little bit faster. Judd is a legend, she says. Yes. Okay. Okay, Winona. We're getting you a tarot card first. Again with the fucking upside down coins, people. It's not your fault. I'm not shouting out at you. I'm just shouting out that this is a sign of Pluto and Capricorn. It's literally like money is falling the wrong way from the sky. It's not falling into our laps. It's falling the opposite way. And then we also pulled focus for you. So you've got the 9 of Pentacles, Winona. You get the 9 of Pentacles reversed. This says you have eleganza available to you. You may even be perceived as one of these people, like a rich bitch who has it all together, right? So in your case, I would say pay attention to your own senses of inferiority. Pay attention to your own inferiority complex. Hey, Greta. Pay attention to your own inferiority complex and recognize, like we said, we certainly don't have time for you to feel like you're all over the place if you're not actually all over the place, like second guessing yourself, doubting yourself, all this stuff. But then this card says focus. It does say you got to aim at a target in order to hit it. So I would just say, it's in one of the readings this week too, in one of the horoscopes. Consider that you, what if you were a leader? Consider that you are, now act like it, okay? You see what I'm saying? It's like you gotta act as though you are capable of making anything happen, and you gotta honor everything that you already have made happen, as opposed to Elliot, where we're like, look, you might not be able to make it all happen right now, but you gotta remember that you are way more resourceful than you think, right? And this actually says you have more than you think available to you already. And not that it should matter, but that people think of you as someone who has their shit together. So especially if it's perceptual, you might be even closer to having your shit together and feeling like it. Right now, you might be sort of there, you just don't feel like it. But if those two things don't meet, you waste energy all over the place, okay? All right. Oh, where did this one go? Okay, so now, thank you, Winona. I think who was next? Sammy Catwoman. Okay, Sammy Catwoman. What do you want? What do they want for you? Ooh, Sammy. Mouth, throat chakra happens with you, Sammy. Got to be writing. You got to be talking. You got to be dialoguing. It feels like you are listening to yourself, but you might not be owning what you're hearing. So try writing it down. Maybe Google automatic writing. Thank you, Winona. Ow! Ow! Message. Oh, you can't see it. Message. message after we're talking about the throat chakra. You're listening, but you've got to write it down. You're listening, but you got to write it down if you're trying to get the message. O M Gaia Nosa Kari. Nosa, didn't we meet on a plane? It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Miss Lena's here. Oh, Miss Lena, don't you think you're going to drop into my feed and not get called out for your set the other night in your cap with your snatched waist? And the list, honey, the list was so good. All of the lip syncing, all of the Miss Kitten, all of the Frank Sinatra. Oh my God, it was so good. I was taking screen grabs and pictures. If you all don't know, there is a legend on the feed at this moment. Miss Lena Bradford, the original. Yes. Oh, Nosa, that's where we met. Nosa did my hair on Halloween. And it was ridiculous. These braids, Nosa, are not up to your snuff. I'm so sorry. You gave me the greatest, craziest braids that night. I tried to make them work, but they're falling apart. Oh my gosh, Nosa, it's so nice to see you. Okay. Nosa is very powerful and magical too. So if you're in London and you need hair, then you got to do it. Oh, good. Sammy got messages to write a musical, 100%. So that's spirit talking to your ears, Sammy. You got to listen, you got to write it down. And like I said, Google automatic writing too, because you might end up getting messages from spirit yourself, okay? Great. Ichigo Tofu. Ichigo's getting tarot. Oh, buddy. And then what happens? Okay. And how are we going to get there? Okay. So Ichigo Tofu, we've got a great message for you. So the first thing that comes up is this card, which is the 5 of Pentacles, not the most ideal card. It implies being locked out of something, feeling like you're halfway there, but how am I going to close the distance and get the whole way there? But whenever we 5 and a 10 together like that, because the 5 usually doubles and turns into the 10. So what this says is we got the 10 of Cups. Happiness, family, emotional abundance, emotional wealth, emotional joy, emotional fulfillment is afoot. It's coming to you. So my sense is really just, this is a pretty hardcore read, which is just to say, don't freak out about how rough it is right now. Definitely got to keep your attitude high. Definitely got to stay optimistic. And what that means is acknowledging your attitude is not high, acknowledging you do not feel joyful or happy or, oh, okay, we're talking to you right now. You got to listen to when you're not feeling happy and joyful, and attention to that, and ask that leonine heart, what do I need in order to return to a greater state of joy? How can I get back to joy? Because joy, y'all, is not happiness. Joy is a part of us. Joy is a part of our nature. Happiness is a condition of our experience on earth, right? Happiness is an emotion. Joy is effulgent. Joy is luminous. Joy is what's beating in your heart. Joy is in your soul. Okay, so you took everything away. This is what the Hindu mystics say. If you took everything away from yourself, right, everything phenomenological, and distilled you down to your true essence, you would be a combination of existence, consciousness, and bliss. You would be aware of being, and you would fucking love being. You would be like, mwah! Manja, manja, this is a good existence. Oh, right? Existence, consciousness, and bliss. So it's a part of your true nature. So the last thing here, I didn't read your whole thing, Ichigo, because it's small type on the other thing, but I did see that it has something to do with relationship. So the third card, which comes from Miss Marcella Queen, Miss Marcella Kroll, is a Karmic Path. Karmic Path. This is terrible, but Karmic Path. Can you see it? Yeah, Karmic Path. Why is this so blurry? Your Karmic Path, this is part of your Karmic Path. So my sense is whatever relationship you're talking about, let's see, can I actually see it? Whatever, my intuition is telling me energy is pulling to person. When it hit, it felt like a punch in the gut. the pull and the energy really familiar, even though, okay, so that's great. Thank you for sharing, Ichigo, because yeah, it's basically saying this is a karmic relationship. You most likely planned to have this experience before you came into this life. So it's super important that you don't get attached to what you want from this person. It's much more important that you get you connect with and attach to how you yourself want to feel. I would propose joy. Sometimes when we get emotionally snagged in something, it's action and it keeps us interested, and we don't actually recognize that it's sucking our energy up and not bringing us more joy and not making our life better, not really doing anything. So I would just propose that you want to try to make yourself joyful and give yourself what you need, and recognize that no matter what, nobody has anything that you need. They may have things that you want. They may have things that you want to experience. They may even have things that are very useful and essential to your existence, but you're the only one who has everything that you need. You have everything that you need. This is another philosophical theory, which is called divine self-sufficiency, which is that the aspect of ourself, which is pure consciousness, is connected to everything and therefore has everything. So connecting to it, figuring out how to apply it, that's the challenge, okay? Let's see. Okay. Ichigo, thank you. Yeah, so it's karmic. It's not about the person, it's about the situation. So don't get attached to the person and what they're giving to you. Connect with yourself, what you're learning from it. And like I said, go towards thrice great joy. Don't hold on to something just because it feels good. Because this is saying it sort of feels good 50% of the time, the other 50% doesn't. Okay, thank you, Ichigo. Got a wonderful feedback saying this is spot on. Thank you so much. Totally saw Saturn in a dream. So funny you pulled a card with Saturn on it. Oh, fierce. Saturn is the grandfather lesson teacher energy, karmic lessons. Okay, I consider myself the answer. Therefore, I am the key. Mwah. Beautiful. Ooh. That's yummy. That hits just right. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we only have a couple minutes left, so we're going to talk to Symphony of a Poet. I'd say the reading. I'm working through a lot of blockages and wondering what comes up in the reading. Okay, so we're going to go to, how do I see more of this? Okay, well, I'm just going to go into this question. Yeah, no, you're it's not blockages. You're at odds. It's too much fire in you. Patience. It's all, yeah, patience. It's like what you want is still very much possible, but the time of hope feels like it's out of reach. Like it's hard to remain hopeful about this moment for yourself. There's just a lot of conflict, a lot of fire. I would say get out of arguments that you don't need to be in, disengage. One of the horoscopes, I wonder if it was yours, this month is saying, this week is saying isolate if possible, right? It's wise during these times anyway, but this is sort of like a energetic isolation / detox diet. And then this is saying, yeah, you got to wait. So what I would say to you is really just try to give yourself what you need. Try to honor your inner child for the next 4 days or so. Get back to work in terms of trying to make progress. It feels like every time you try to make progress, Symphony of a Poet, it feels like every time you try to make progress, you get into a collision. And I would just say, don't be so hard on yourself. I've been really focused on myself and haven't been able to contribute. Don't be so hard on yourself. Ask yourself what you do want to contribute. Ask yourself oh my God, I was thinking about you the other day, Wine Mom. It's so good to see you. You were thinking about, it's just inner conflict. It's all these things at odds with yourself. You need a simplification process, but really, truly, I think you just need to wait. I feel like you're trying to move ahead, and in trying to move ahead, you just end up burning everything else up, lighting everything else on fire, and just causing more problems. I would just say take like 4 days to just do maintenance and not try to make progress. And then maybe even take another, until that full moon to continue just doing maintenance, because if you just do maintenance, you're probably going to get more progress than if you try to get progress. Gemini with Aquarius, Moon, and Cancer rising. I can't remember what the Gemini horoscope was right now, but you should go check it out on IGTV, and anybody who else who wants a IGTV. Yes, so Ichigo Tofu, this will be uploaded as a video later. It's going to be on YouTube. It is streaming to YouTube. Inner child has been telling me I just don't care and just back the hell up. Yes, back the hell up and be patient. Patience, honey. That's the case. Okay, so let's see. We're at KH. You get a card. High Priestess for KH. You get a card which says, no. Oh. How did that happen? Okay. Well, we lost them all, everyone. We lost the whole Instagram feed. We get to the end of this today, and it's over. It's like super over. Let's see. I wonder if everybody is gonna hang out for a second. Well, hold on. Let's just see. Well, I'm having trouble getting back on the Instagram. Yes, we will be in a decent state of Wi-Fi before long. Until then, you are so beloved. You are so delicious. Okay, here we go. Post this. Okay, I'm just trying to wrap it up with everybody. So, okay, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I think that was our sign. We did our full hour-long stream. It ended at 8 o'clock. But thank you for tuning in. We will do more of these like this. If you like this flavor, please join us on the next New Moon Live. No, it'll be a full moon live in a couple weeks, roundabout, I believe the 30th is when we're going to do the next one. So join us for that. And thank you for being here. Oh, so KH, we lost you right at the beginning. KH, your card was the High Priestess. The High Priestess also says, wait, you got magic in you, baby. Be chill, be patient. Read about the goddess. Read about all sorts of goddesses. Read about the priestesses. Marcella Kroll has a book called High Priestess, which you might want to look into as well. Goddess energy, divine feminine, High Priestess. Let's see. Tori, we got a card for you. Courage, love. Connect to the courage element of Leo. Oh, my neighborhood quality goods, Angel. We love you. Shift. The reason why you're feeling tweaky these days is because there are changes afoot. Honor what you want for the next 4 days and then figure out what to do with it once we shift into Virgo season. Don't be afraid of making big transitions. Don't be afraid of ending things or throwing things away or changing things fundamentally, because my sense is with you is there will be beautiful new life in the spring. So even if you have to do something drastic, don't worry, okay? And then I gave that courage to Tori. Greta, if Greta's still around, I think Greta's gone now. But if Greta is around, or if Greta sees this, psychic, Greta Angel, you're wicked psychic. So that means you either need a reading or to give a reading. I think just knowing a little bit about your practice, Greta, it says to open up to your intuition a little bit more. Who knows, maybe we'll get an online webinar class together. And then also Lesgar, you're there. You're still there. I think you were still there. Divinity. There's something else here. Ooh, and the devil, honey. Okay, so Lesgar, be careful what you fuck with. You want to open up to spirit, but I would say practice protection, grounding, centering, be safe, okay? Because You definitely want to allow things to transform gently and benevolently as opposed to drastically and dramatically. Okay. All right, everyone. So I'm glad you came back, those of you that did hear. So thank you, 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 beautiful YouTubers. Did anybody have anything to say? This is why I'm on both. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Yes, so hopefully everyone can join for the next one. Like I said, I will be at a better Wi-Fi connection round or about the 30th. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Sunday the 30th. That seems like this is going to be the vibe. We'll keep doing the Zooms on the Sundays, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll do cute drop-ins like this as we get close. Greta, head over to YouTube. I just gave you a message, Miss Greta. It was about psychicism. It's about connecting to your intuition in your practice and studying a little psychism more. Stuff's opening up with you, which is good. That means you've been doing your work, doing your homework. Full moon. So I would say pay attention to what you need, Greta, to feel intuitively aligned at this time. And then when you get to the full moon, intentionally let go of anything that is getting in the way of that. Devil card, it was from the Tarot Mucha. From the Tarot Mucha, honey. From the Tarot Mucha. Mary. Oh, Mary. No, Mary. Mary, I'll give you one right now. Mary on YouTube is asking. Mary, trust. Mary, it says trust the Knight of Swords. So this says that you are capable of, that you're also capable of problem solving a lot. So I would say that's the case with you, Mary, is don't make big, dramatic, drastic moves as though you have all the money in the world and a net to catch you if you fall and all this stuff. You are the net. You are the solution. Someone just said this. You are so capable. You can totally do this. You got to trust in something. I would encourage you to trust yourself and your capacity to figure things out. Okay. All right, my angels. Yes, we love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining this Edible Spirit new moon readings and Astro check-in. This was super fun. I would do this all the time. Oh, you don't have to, but if any of you want to leave a tip, you can Venmo at Edible Spirit. This is our full-time job. I mean, we are an artist, but this is what we do as our day job. We're very blessed to be able to put these filters on and connect these live streams and do readings for all of you guys. If you want reparations readings, find out more about those at ediblespirit.com. Join the mailing list at ediblespirit.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We send updates to the mailing list at ediblespirit.com. But there's also links on Instagram in the link tree to private sessions, group sessions, reparations readings, aura picks. And we're planning on bringing some classes out. And then, of course, don't forget the horoscopes, the Edible Spirit foodie scopes that are up on IGTV and will be there until they come out again next, okay? Which will be the day before the full moon, which is a minute away, okay? Love you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. This transmission is complete. You're so delicious. You're so delicious. Ciao, bellows. Bye.